Okay guys, today we're on a mission to see how many cool critters we could find under this pier, while also trying to help them out as well by picking up some trash. Took a little bit, but the water finally cleared up and the first cool critter I found was that lizardfish, and now you can see what it really looks like underneath the pier. Man, it is so beautiful. With every bit of beauty comes danger though, as this pier is littered with scorpionfish. These guys are highly venomous and also very camouflaged. Another venomous fish which is pretty common around here are all these puffers, but I love them, they're adorable. While trying to cut some fishing line, I also found this sharp-tail eel, with a juvenile jackknife also swimming nearby. These sharp-tail eels are harmless though, and absolutely adorable too. And you can't forget about these cute little baby yellow stingrays. These guys are also very common around the pier. Once he grows into an adult, he'll be about a foot long, and they are super dang cute as adults too. And you can't forget about this absolutely adorable baby angelfish. He'll also grow to be about a foot long. And here's a juvenile nurse shark. These guys are very common around the pier. I was checking for this guy to make sure he didn't have any hooks in him, but thankfully he was squeaky clean. But sadly the reef around him wasn't. As you can see, there's tons of fishing line around the pier and its surrounding reef, but thankfully me and a bunch of our people were able to team up and help clean up the reef. After assisting with that fiasco, a bunch of angelfish came to visit us. These guys are pretty common around the reef and could get up to about a foot long. And here's a giant southern stingray. These guys could get a lot bigger than a foot. I believe they could get up to 7 feet long. And the females like this especially are huge, with a giant barb attached to their tails. But thankfully they're pretty tame, just like the nurse sharks. Here's a much bigger 6-7 footer right here that was hanging out directly underneath the pier. And don't worry, nurse sharks are pretty tame. They are regularly found around the beach, but still nobody gets hurt by them. And here's a bunch of lookdowns. These guys are also very common close to shore, and especially around the pier, where they can number in the hundreds if not thousands. And as you can see, they are gorgeous. Some people also call them moonfish and happen to really like the taste, but I just like looking at them. And once the water clears up and you can see all the hundreds of them around the pier, it truly becomes an incredible experience. And if you're wondering where the name Lookdown comes from, it's because their eyes are permanently fixated down, which is probably why they go in such big schools, because of the fact that they're partially blind. Just look at all those beautiful fish and just how shiny they are. Man, they'd make some great barracuda food. Overall, these guys are definitely one of my favorite parts about the pier. And one of my other favorite parts is all the baby yellow stingrays. This is the third one we found, and we are able to get very close to this little guy. Surprisingly enough though, we didn't see any adults on this dive. And on the way back too, I couldn't help but say hi to another lizardfish. These guys are very common in this part of the reef, and of course I couldn't help but just give him a little hello as he darts off into the horizon. And if you enjoyed this video, then feel free to check out the rest of our content, because we're going to be making a video all about nurse sharks next.